Right, here we are back in the shed again. I seem to have solved the clutch problem. I did have a heap of long boring videos that I've still got that show me doing that, but it's like watching paint dry. So long story short, when I was pushing the seal into the cylinder, I put a new seal in, and as I put a fair bit of pressure on it, it just dropped and basically pushed another 10 mil in that it hadn't previously done. So that was it. So yeah, I just adjusted the little adjuster to set the preload or the clearance, if you like, and it seems to be working. The clutch, I just started it up before. That's sort of where we're looking at right now. I've got the wrong clutch master in there. It's the 3/4, and I've got the 0.625 over here because 0.625, yeah, the 0.625. So in my sort of fault finding, I swapped the master cylinders. I don't know why, I was just grasping at straws, and yeah, so now I've got my clutch works across about that much travel of my foot, but that's all right. I can actually change that from well, it's not that hard. I can do that in an hour or so. So I'll worry about that later. Well, I'll see how it drives, but yeah, so that's basically it. So long story short, yeah, I took the gearbox out without the bell housing. In order to get it out, I had to do a bit of surgery on the exhaust, and I took off these little end pieces here, and they've got the yeah, here we are, these bits, the V-bands, because these V-bands were basically meant I couldn't get the gearbox out without taking the whole motor and gearbox out. So I just amputated them, and now I've got all these parts here from the exhaust, but basically what I've got in there is a couple of slip tips like that, a bit more low profile. So I've got to make up a basically an adapter from the back of the headers to that over there. I'm going to have to take all that heat wrap off. Probably going to have to shorten that by about 6 inches, just because there's not enough room in there to yeah, make a line, get them to line up. But anyway, the clutch saga is hopefully over. So I should probably clean up. This place is a disgrace. Yeah, so I'm going to clean up, and there's something I want to do, something a little more interesting, which all you TVR people might actually be interested in. I've got 2 of these. This is a Raceworks throttle position sensor. Now, I know from having the computer hooked up to mine, when it runs it, you see it occasionally, like it'll glitch out, like one of them will jump to 50% and then back, and disconnecting one throttle position sensor sometimes will make it run better, and there's some funny business going on. So I want to see if this one, these, well, I've got 2 of them, see if they're going to work, see if they've sent in the right signal back. So I'm hoping they've got these fancy douche plugs on them. So I'm hoping I'm just going to be able to strip the end of those wires, push the wire into the connector on the existing loom, and connect the computer up and just twist the thing. And if I twist it from, through 90 degrees, yeah, I should, if I twist it through 90 degrees and it shows 0 to 100, I should be right. That should work. So yeah, I'm going to do some cleanup and see how I go. Righto, so I've got my MBE tool, or whatever you call it, hooked up there, and as you can see, I you can see that, but you can see my throttle position sensors doing their thing. So what I'm going to do is pull this one off on this side, which is the even side bank. Now you've got 3 doodads there, 3 little outlets. So they should be, it should be like a ground, a positive, I don't know if it's 12 volts or maybe it'll be 5 volts, but and an earth and a signal. So let's have a look what we got. Alright, it seems like an earth because yeah. And we got 3.7 volts and 4.9 volts. Right. So I'm guessing that's our earth. And that's our 5 volts. So take our sensor. This is a bit tricky to record. Right, so I don't know what's going on there, but that's showing exactly the same. So let's ever so gently pick this up, a sensor. That there, that's pretty much a 0. And then if I go 90 degrees, right, looking good. I don't know if you can see that there, but that's at 0 throttle. That's twisting the screwdriver more and more, and at 90 degrees it's sort of up there. Alright, this is looking positive. Okay, now if I move this, through pretty much 90 degrees, I get 94%. Right. Yeah, the ECU must be doing some funny business here, because this one is actually disconnected, but it's going up with the other one. But alright, what if I I disconnect the other one. Now they're both 94%. This is the worst camera work ever. Alright, I think there's some funny business going on with the ECU. It must have some, I've heard there's some sort of mechanism in the... Naughty! Oh, you turned the car off. Oh, the ignition's off. Alright, go out you two. Go on. Yeah, no, you're not driving. Out, out. Go on, Chloe. You come out, please. Alright, so that looks like it'll work. So next step is I'm going to get this sensor, see if I can actually bolt it to the engine, see if the shaft is going to, the little D thing is going to line up, and if that's the case, well, then I'll see if I can adjust it so it'll match the other one. And if I can do that, well, then I'll probably start looking at busting out the soldering iron and changing these over. Alright, so not quite working out, as you can see. Yeah, it's like it's at the full rotation of its adjustment. So I think if I want to persist, with this, I'd have to take this block here out and re-drill the holes sort of I don't know, 30 degrees out or whatever it is, just to make it work. But I'm probably starting to think whether I can probably get the car going and get it drivable without doing this. So I think I should probably concentrate on things like the exhaust, which are actually going to be, well, I've got no choice, I've got to do that, rather than spend time doing stuff that I don't have to do. So I might just put the stock one back on, leave it at that, and continue onwards. Alright, so back again. I had a bit of a rethink. I figured, well, since my backyard's a construction zone at the moment, so I thought while I'm here, I've got all the intakes off, I'll persist with these throttle position sensors. And I've actually got this one pretty good. I actually had to rotate the aluminium part here to get it within its range of adjustment, which is no big deal. But if you have a look where it is now, you see at the top there the throttle. Not bad. Starting to think maybe I will swap the plug over, at least on this side. Actually, maybe I'll do it on the other side as well. I mean, it's working, so at least if I swap these out to something that's a sort of an off-the-shelf, yeah, cheap, well, not that cheap, they're about $180 Australian, which is not dirt cheap, but yeah, it's okay, and you can just buy them, so I don't have to wait for them to come from the UK or anything like that. So yeah, I might do that. All right, so it's all in there. Got my little douche connector. Funnily enough, this part here actually just fits over the douche, so happy with that. And I hope you can actually see that on the video. Yeah, it's neck and neck, spot on. Oh, it's a little bit out. Yeah, it's a couple of % out on 0, but I need to just make a quick adjustment there. It's no problem. So now on to the other side. I figure I might as well knock this on the head just while I'm here. I'll get this done, and then I'll get onto the horrible cutting metal and welding and so on that I need to do on the exhaust, and fiberglass heat wrap, which I hate. Got some parts here, got some 90-degree 2.5 bends, a couple of flexi joints, so that should be right for parts. Yeah, onto the other side. Alright, so I think I'm on a bit of a winner here. Got my 2 new sensors in, the new plugs, and if you look there, not bad. I think that's going to work. So righto, alternative source of throttle position sensors confirmed. Yeah, onwards with putting it all back together. Alright, so here we are underneath the Cerbera doing exhaust. So basically what I've got is I've got my new slip joints there. They're slipped into place, and I've got to join these two. So yeah, it's quite tricky here to actually get an exact measurement, so probably should have got more than 2 90-degree bends, but I'll see, I might just be able to do that in one section. So I guess at some point I've got to take the plunge and just make a cut, a guesstimate of where it needs to be. Now I've got the exhaust sitting here, this section, I've taken the wrap off this section. Normally this tab here lines up with this here. So basically what I'm going to do is, this is in place just for sort of alignment. So I know how far apart these have got to be. So yeah, once I've made these joiner pieces, I'll shorten this up and bolt it all back together. Oh, boss man's here. Righto, so I've cut my little piece off here, which I think is going to be about right. It's a bit long, probably have to cut a few millimeters off this end. But now, these are my V-band connector things, so I'm thinking I might actually take these, throw them in the lathe over the road, and just clean them up, part off the lumpy end of it, and see if I can't make them a bit nicer, clean them up. Yeah, so I'll do that next. Alright, so where I'm at, made a fair bit of progress. As you can see, this section here is done. Well, it's going to line up. This section here has got a bit of a gap, but I'm not too fussed about that because I've got to shorten this section here anyway, because this here originally bolted to that, so I've got to take about that much out of it. So I'll probably take just a bit less out of this side than I do out of that side, so they'll just line up. Yeah, that's all right. Slip joints all good. Yeah, that's actually making a bit of progress. So I go back to work tomorrow, so that'll be it for me for another 2 weeks or so, and I'll see you then.